Howdy, my name is Yuhao Ye, and I'm going to present a demo of the public health application from team Coding Touchdown. So firstly, let's briefly learn about the context of our application. And this is a web-based application which screens the health determinants on the user primary care visits. If the positive result for the health disparity are screened, the application will connect the user automatically to the local resources. And the health determinants here means the social and the behavioral factor that affect the health of the group of the people, such as health literacy, the food insecurity, the housing, the transportation, the mental health access. And this application provides a survey to screen the user's health determinants, and it will also return the result of the survey to the users and help the user to connect with the necessary local resources. For example, if the user takes the survey for the food insecurity screening survey and gets positive result, and which means that the user has an issue of the food insecurity, and the application will refer the user to the closest food bank based on the patient's physical address. And now let's take a look at the usage of this application. So first of all, I'm going to introduce the three functionalities in the authentication part of our applications, and their registration, the login, and the password reset. Suppose that I'm the user and I would like to complete a survey on our website, and I did not register an account before. So I will click the registration button over here. And then as a result, we will be directed to the registration page. On the registration page, the user is required to provide the following information, and then they are the first name, the last name, the phone number, the email address, the date of the birth, and the password. And at the bottom of the page, we also set up this required format of the password. We would like the user to set up the password by following rules. It should have the 6 characters, the 1 uppercase, the 1 lowercase, and at least one number, and at least one of the special characters. And we also will encrypt the user's password before storing them into a database in the backend to improve the security. And now I'm going to fill out all the information over here really quickly. So, and after I filled up the new password over here, we found that the color of the text over here turns green, and it indicates that the password passed the following requirements, and then we can click the button over here to sign up. And now we can see we're redirected to the homepage of the web application. So to show that we can also log in our newly created account, I will click the logout button to log out of the application first. So I'm going to log in with my email and password again. So as a result, we're redirected to our home page again, and this shows that we log in our page successfully. So we suppose that if the user forget his password, and the user could click the reset password button over here, and this page is kind of similar to the sign up page, but the user only needs to provide the email and a new password. So we set up new password quickly over here. And then we will log into the account with a new password. So we designed a dashboard of the user to access the different services on our website, and they could click the dashboard to access the other services that were created by the doctor or administration. They can also click the user profile to check out the information, their personal information. Here you can see that the user could update their location at the profile page, The location is a very important feature to our application because we needed to recommend the local resource to the user based on their location. And if the user want to update their information, and then they can click the update button over here. In the survey page, we provide several different surveys for the user to complete. Suppose that the user would like to complete the second survey, which is a US adult food security survey. He could click the start button over here. As a result, the user will be redirected to the survey page. In the survey page, the user could read the question and click the answer corresponding to the question. So you will always notice, you will also notice that our survey will change dynamically based on the user selection. For example, if the user chooses yes, a new question would pop up, and if we choose no, the question will be disappeared. And after we complete the survey, there is a message to show that the survey is submitted and the user will be redirected back to the dashboard. And the survey he completed will be sent to the backend of the application. And in the backend, we will calculate the score based on the choice made by the user and generate a security classification. For example, if the score is larger than 6, it indicates that the user has very low food security. If the score is equal to 1 or 2, this user might have the marginal for security. If the user would like to check this result, and he could click the survey in the dashboard and the reloaded page, and the result will be displayed over here. And the user could know the survey tab and the survey result and when the user created the survey. And next, let's take a look at the maps page. So this is where the user could find the necessary local resource for them, and which is shown as a drop the pin on the map. And we use the Google Maps API to implement this feature. As you can see, we have the simple local resource over here, and which is the Baylor and the White Medical Center in the College Station. And regarding this functionality, this is not the perfect solution. And ideally, we should implement a recommendation system that can fetch the result of the survey and generate a list of the recommendation of the local resource for the user. And then we will send this recommendation to the Google API and display the corresponding location on Google Map. However, since the recommendation algorithm is complicated and unfortunately, we did not have enough time to implement this feature this semester. So this project will become the legacy project, and hopefully this functionality could be implemented in the future. Okay, so that will be all for the demo for our application. And thank you for your watching.